Hello everybody, welcome to the video. My name is Cameron Kintz. In this video, I'm going to give you guys the top 5 Marvel movies I would love to see post Secret Wars. These are not movies that have been announced or rumored to happen. There has been no talk of them. So this will also contain no technical sequels of any way. So I won't be talking about like Doctor Strange 3, Black Panther 4, Fantastic Four 2, none of that, because with some of those, I'm sure those are probably going to happen. These are incredibly just original titles, except for some cases, but you'll see what I mean once we get there. So that being said, starting at number 5 is a Solo Sentry film. I think a Solo Sentry movie would be a phenomenal deep dive into the character. He's such an overpowered character. He has the power of 1,000, heck, a million exploding suns. Very powerful character. He's essentially this universe's Superman. So, what better way to nerf a powerful character by making himself his own enemy? I think it would be a very incredible, powerful story to give that movie to Sentry so that he can have that time to himself and just really dive deeper into the darkness of the Sentry and the void, and allow that to be a good character study and just a great story about overcoming your demons and your darkness. Thunderbolts did a phenomenal job with that, but Sentry growing as a hero, I think that'd be an incredible movie. I want it to be a solo movie specifically because I don't know what the new Avengers is going to look like post Secret Wars. I don't know if they're all going to make it past Doomsday. I'm sure Yelena or Black Widow and Sentry will probably be fine. I don't know about the rest of the cast, if I'm being honest with you. I don't even think Winter Soldier will make it through, just by my personal opinion. So I think a Sentry movie would be a phenomenal entry in the MCU post-Secret Wars. Going at number 4 is a Young Avengers movie. So, a Young Avengers team, this would sort of follow the pre-Secret Wars. They did a lot of teasing and a lot of setting up for the Young Avengers. And seeing something like that come to fruition would be a pretty neat experience with a lot of cool characters. I love characters like Miss Marvel. I'm curious to see more of Cassie Lang, and I think Vision Quest is going to introduce the teenage version of Speed. We already have Wiccan. We have quite a few characters that could be a good ensemble for a Young Avengers team. Now, whether they want to go for it and call them the Young Avengers or call them something else, that's up to them. I'm fine with it either way. But I think something like that would be incredible. And it does keep in with the promise that we may see that team happen. We see at the end of the Marvels that Miss Marvel is putting together that team and sort of going to be like the Nick Fury of that, putting them together. So with them following through on that would be incredible, and I would love that. And it'd be a great film for either teenagers or young adults, just to give them those characters to relate to more. We already had Spider-Man Brand New Day, which was such a relatable movie for me as a young adult. So I think a Young Avengers movie would be really good, and it just show that the young, the group of people who are young and not as experienced as the Avengers could be very relatable to many young people today. So with that being said, Young Avengers. Going at number 3 is a revamped Avengers team. So yes, this is technically a sequel, but it does not need to be a Endgame Secret Wars level thing. I like Avengers, and I don't want the Avengers to seem like those are the big climactic events happening. Those events will and do happen, but it's under the Avengers banner because it's all of them together. What I would want to see is a new Avengers team post Secret Wars. I know they're probably not going to be the main focus. I would love to see characters from this current lineup of the Avengers sort of have that spotlight, have their own time to be their own team, rather than just like come together to face a multiversal threat. So this movie can include new members like Captain America, Falcon, Black Widow, if they decide to kill off the new Avengers, or most of them, Captain Marvel, Ant-Man, Thor, maybe even Rhodey. Like, they have multiple casts. Shang-Chi, like, they could have, like, a good cast for a new Avengers movie. Now, what would the premise be? I want it to be a lot more lower stakes in some ways. It could be them versus the Masters of Evil. That would be a pretty cool thing to see. Or heck, if we want to go big, we can do the Avengers versus the X-Men. We are getting the X-Men, so that would be a really cool thing to see down the line. That'd be an awesome movie to see. So that'd probably be like way down the line when after this new X-Men movie comes out and we get to be more established with this X-Men, saying that they are going to be taking center stage now. So having some of the old, newer Avengers try to like fight for that spotlight, that'd be a really neat movie experience. I'm just saying. So going at number 2, I desperately want them to get their stuff figured out with Paramount, I believe it is, and get a Hulk movie out there. And it would be incredible. I don't know how likely it is to be directed by Destin Daniel Cretton. He did a phenomenal job with the Hulk in Spider-Man Brand New Day, and the Hulk cast in the universe is already kind of there. There's like a sandbox full of Hulk characters you can utilize in a Hulk movie, and like Destin definitely knew what he was doing with the Hulk, and just I would love to see that happen. It would be so incredible and a fun time, and I think that would be really cool. And you know what? This could be a good tease for the MCU Wolverine. Imagine putting those two together. Imagine taking the scene from Deadpool and Wolverine where Wolverine is going to fight the Hulk and tease that. Oh my gosh, you just made a lot of money. And it's not even just the Hulk title. A Wolverine versus Hulk movie would be so cool. There's so much potential with it. I think it should happen, and it'd be an incredible movie. Marvel, please, I beg of you, make it happen. That would be such a fun experience in the theater. So, with that being said, going at number 1 is a Wolverine movie. Look, I love Wolverine. He is one of my favorite characters. He is a Trinity member of Marvel. Like Spider-Man, Hulk, and Wolverine. The 3 most iconic Marvel characters. That's changed a lot now over the years, but still it remains the same in a lot of ways. A Wolverine movie will sell. It'll make a lot of money. And I want them to have a really prominent Wolverine in the X-Men, but I do not want the X-Men to be the X-Men and then Wolverine and friends. So I think it's really smart of them to not include Wolverine in this first X-Men movie. I want Wolverine to stay away from that. I want a solo Wolverine movie focusing on a new Wolverine, whether it's Hugh Jackman or not, to have his own solo film and tie it into a Wolverine storyline, like him trying to find his memories. And heck, Insomniac's Wolverine is coming out really soon. You could take inspiration from that and just build us a great Wolverine. I know this movie will be successful and will be profitable. And like Deadpool and Wolverine made a lot of money. So I think you can also take that next step, because you wanted a Blade movie that was going to be rated R, and you made a Deadpool and Wolverine movie that was rated R. So maybe make this Wolverine also rated R. It would be a really cool experience and a lot of fun. I know a lot of people love Wolverine, and it would be a very fun time. I don't know what they would do with writing it or the whole writing process, but know that I would love the movie and I would go see it in a heartbeat. I don't know who would write it. I don't know who you'd want behind it. But I would love a great, solid Wolverine movie, and eventually could tease him joining the X-Men later on, whether it's in a sequel or the third X-Men movie. Because I like what they're doing with this X-Men, starting off with, like, the main characters, and then eventually I would like it to be sort of like an X-Men 97 team, like having Cyclops, Jean, Storm, Wolverine, Rogue, the whole ensemble. That would be so cool. But start slow. Have it be a slow burn, and have a solo movie for Wolverine. One of the other things I want, please do not make any of these just Disney Plus shows. I think Marvel is done with MCU oversaturation with Disney Plus shows, aside from things like Daredevil or maybe Punisher. I'm sure they're going to stick to animation. That'll be really cool. I would love to see all these specifically as movies. I could at least tell you an Avengers vs. X-Men movie, a Hulk and Wolverine movie will make so much money. We have so many popular characters together, and you guys would make buckets of money. I know Marvel's heading in the right direction, so yeah, use this video as a guide to say, hey, a fan wants to see these movies. These are great ideas. Let's go see them. With that being said, feel free to comment down below Marvel characters or Marvel movies you would love to see post Secret Wars. We already know we're getting things like Nova, Black Panther 3, Ghost Rider. Well, comment down below what you'd love to see. And give me your top 5 Marvel movie list you'd want to see. With that being said, I'm Cameron Kentz, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to give this video a like, and feel free to subscribe, and God bless.